like a lot of times what people don't realize is with this Taraji P Henson situation, I know a lot of people, which they have the right to think so, but they think that she should have spoke up sooner when Monique was saying something. They feel like she should be okay with the money she's getting because she know what she signed when she did the contract. But from what I've heard, different things from her, she says that the people that she hired to take care of her businesses as far as her profile and just things that she would be able to do after Empire, as far as being Cookie and the roles that how she blew the role up and basically made it a household name. She felt like that she would have some kind of support or endorsements and different things behind that, which she did, but it wasn't at the level that she felt, and she felt like a lot of people were had their hand in basically robbing her. Not as far as this is all allegedly, but not as far as with her money, but of opportunities. She felt like she had a lot more opportunities that she could have had, but they weren't there. You know what I'm saying? People try to make it seem like, oh, it was the Oprah situation, and Oprah ain't paying her, and why would Oprah have to pay you, and you should have to blame it's them folks who got to pay you, and why you feel like Oprah is the one who... Nobody said nothing about that. First of all, if you're a billionaire, you know what I'm saying, nobody should feel like they should be underpaid around you. That's for one thing. And number two, why would your name be associated with movies that where people feel like they've been underpaid and stuff like that? Especially when we feel like, oh, we need to do this for women and stuff like that. Okay, well, that woman need to help her. We ain't finna let her off because she rich and all that other stuff. Her being rich ain't helping nobody. You know what I'm saying? She ain't even putting her own movies out. So let's be real. She ain't that rich. She ain't putting her own movies out. This ain't her movie. This ain't her movie. This ain't... Nah. So we ain't gonna make it seem like that. Like, oh, she supposed to be doing this and she need to do this because this the opportunity that was given to her. Yeah, it was an opportunity that was given to her, but also we heard Viola Davis say recently that she only got $700 for Antoine Fisher. $700. And guess who she was roommates with around that time? Kevin Hart. So you could be around Kevin Hart and all these people, but you gotta work for that. You ain't finna start off making six figures or something like that. That ain't how it's supposed to go. You gotta work your way up to that. So a lot of people was feeling like, oh well, she just should have signed. If she would have asked for what she was asking for, like what people don't even realize is Terrence Howard was getting $15,000 for Hustle and Flow. People want to say it now because he's finally came out and said it. But if I would have said that back when the movie came out, they would have been like, oh man, he making a lot of money for his movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of things that's going wrong. These guys is going around acting like they got a lot of money. And Terrence Howard was acting like he was just dressing down and dressing regular and he wasn't spending that much money. That's because he ain't had that much money. If he would have been spending money on his wardrobe, he wouldn't have had more money at all. That's why he was dressed down and things like that, because he ain't had no money on his wardrobe. If he would have spent it, it would have been too much money for him to handle. But you can't really ask for those opportunities early. It's kind of hard to do certain things like that. You either got to be a replacement for somebody, or like how Mike Epps was replacing Chris Tucker. That's kind of how situations go. But I felt like they try to replace Taraji in a lot of situations. A lot of things that Taraji played in, I felt like you could kind of look back and look at it. Monique could have played in those same roles. Not saying that she could have did as good, but she could have played in a lot of roles like that. So it's not impossible for her. And then some of the same roles she kind of played in was, she kind of hit a home run with, like Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins. Monique did an excellent job in that movie. So she could have easily got replaced. But a lot of people are like, well, Taraji, you could have said something and all that. Well, she could have, you know. and got replaced, like Monique did. She seen Monique, so she was gonna get up and say the same thing Monique did, and everyone was gonna what? Do what? Because a lot of people right now, I still hear they making excuses for Oprah, like Monique didn't have a situation with Oprah. Monique had situations with Oprah as far as her saying stuff to her family that wasn't supposed to be said, and as far as with money. So at the end of the day, she had a lot of situations with her. And Taraji and everybody else had situations too. Viola Davis, all these black women in the industry. We trying to make it seem like it's just her. Halle Berry did too. She said something one time, they don't deal with her no more. That's a whole nother story though that I'll probably go through. But they don't deal with Halle Berry no more. After she sat up here and tried to say, because I got my Oscar, I'm supposed to be getting better opportunities than what I was getting. They like, nah. The movies you finna do is the same, if not worse than what you was already doing. Nah, you ain't finna get you ain't finna get no opportunity. Halle Berry just, I don't know, man. When that movie came out, it wasn't a good look. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be in that situation where you kind of put something out like that, then it's kind of like, well, I ain't really like it like that. And I ain't get paid that much. So Taraji, she on the side of things where it's like, I don't know, people want you to speak up for something, but it's not your movie though. That's what people gotta understand. Like, this ain't her movie. She can complain about it like she's doing. She just said it on a podcast, but as far as going to somebody complaining, like one of y'all, let me go to one of y'all to complain about what I got going on. How many of y'all can go to y'all manager right now and complain about the pay and all the other stuff? So she just expressing stuff, but yeah, ain't nobody forcing her to do it, but at the end of the day, somebody gonna do it. It's always been somebody doing it. Whether it was her or Monique or somebody, they was already doing it. Yeah, when you first start, you don't need the money like that. $20,000 ain't that much to you. But then when everybody around you making $50,000 an episode, or they got $50 million for these 2 or 3, 4, 5 movies, it's like, hold on, what about me? Then I got the biggest show on TV, so it's like, what about me? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to see that $500,000 or that $1 million an episode like they did on Friends. But the fact that they ain't doing that, it's kind of like, okay, I got to deal with it for now, but I got to make an opportunity for myself. If I don't, I'm going to be in a situation where I'm going to be stuck under these people forever. And she in a situation where she's stuck under them forever, and that's the situation they like. They want it that way. That's the reason they got it like that. There's a reason why they got it like that. So you can be stuck under one person. If you ain't stuck under one person, they ain't gonna be happy about it. They want you to be stuck under that one person. They don't want you to have any kind of independence from anybody. Because if you do, it's going to be a problem. That's why a lot of times, when these people start their own thing, they have a lot of issues. There's been a few people that have started their own movies and movie companies. Yeah, there's a lot of people doing their own movies. And to be honest with you, Taraji, she's one of the only ones in Hollywood that's really consistent right now as far as putting out consistent work. A lot of the other talent they got, a lot of the women ain't really pulling like how Taraji has been the last 5 or 6 years. So she's thinking in her mind like, hey, I need to get paid top of the line. I need that Amy Schumer money. And that ain't nothing to her, but people, it seems like she getting punished for asking for more money. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't quit their job all the time. People quit their job every day because they didn't get a raise when they was supposed to, or they felt like it. I don't know. People try to separate celebrities from civilians a little too much. Like, sometimes I don't think people being realistic as far as expectations. Because I tell you right now, if one of y'all go to y'all job and say, hey, I want a raise, or I feel like I do this and everybody else don't do what I do, and we know that you the hardest working one in there, or one of the hardest working one, or you ain't even gotta be that. You can just feel like that you feel like you worth more. I can't tell you how much you worth. We need to quit telling people how much they worth. That's becoming a bad habit. We ain't telling nobody how much they worth no more. I mean, we telling too many people how much they worth. And it's becoming a problem. She should never feel like she undervalued. But I understand though what everybody's saying though because of the Monique situation. I was mad about that too. I was one of the ones saying it too. Y'all can check my video. I put it out months ago. Saying how they ain't give an opportunity to same opportunity to Monique and people going on the acting strike and writer strike, but they wasn't going on strike for her, supporting her. All that stuff fake, man. You know what I'm saying? So Taraji, she gonna have to be out there on her own like she did Monique. That's the only thing I can say that's I can really be 100 about the situation. Don't expect nobody to help you like everybody else was, because they ain't finna look out for you like that. You know what I'm saying? They ain't look out for Monique, so I don't expect them to look out for you. But I do hope you get to a situation where you getting a lot more money than what you get now. I would absolutely like that. I want you to get more money than you get now, absolutely. But she gotta make sure she prepared for stuff though. So she definitely needs to just sit back and reevaluate everything that's going on, because her team not kind of paying out right, and expecting a lot of the pull and just different things, and her being pushed to pull different ways, and it's kind of hard to get money and organize your money with people that's new. I know people would probably say, well, she should find some people that she knows that's. It ain't that easy, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that easy to trust people with millions and all that kind of money coming in and different deals and contracts. It's not easy at all. So that's the position she finds herself in. But she got to get herself out of it. I mean, the only way she can is her, you know what I'm saying? She knows everything that's been going on around her. She just got to fix those problems. But for her to put it out there, I just feel like that's her problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't nothing that nobody else can kind of judge or say about what she needs to do. She knows exactly what she needs to do. But I would never tell somebody who feels underpaid that they shouldn't say anything or nothing like that. Even though I felt like, oh, y'all should have said that when Monique said something. You know, I feel like everybody else do. But at the end of the day, being realistic, if it was me, and I was underpaid, you know, and who knows what she said about Monique, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you can't really say nothing about it until you're in a position. She in a position now when she said something. I know some people that's older than her ain't saying nothing at all. Are we gonna hold them people accountable too? What about them people that's way older than Taraji, like Angela Bassett and all these folks? Angela Bassett been underpaid. She ain't started getting some decent money till recently. You know what I'm saying? Are we gonna hold her accountable for not standing up for Monique? No, we not. So we gotta play both sides. You know what I'm saying? Taraji way younger, so for her to be saying that is way more. Hey, her and Monique, that's only two people. Viola Davis, she said something too. But it's only a few women that's actually saying something. So everybody ain't sitting around just keeping it real about the low pay. And you can't really do nothing about it. How you gonna tell somebody else how much you should be paid? They'll just get somebody else, kick you out the movie. That's why a lot of things come in the picture, man, like unions and different things. But she should definitely not get no flack for it. Any woman out there who feel like they should get paid more, or any person, man or woman, that feel like they should get paid more, they definitely should deserve to get what they feel like they deserve. I never tell somebody what they worth, ever. But now if the numbers ain't matching up, but she the hottest thing out though, so you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta agree with her on that situation. If not her, if she ain't gonna say it now, then who gonna say it? You know what I'm saying? We can't wait. We can't do that, man. We gotta accept everybody who says something. Cause that's just a situation they find themselves in. Everybody gotta say something. You can't just rely on one person. But that's all I got though.